Hi, everyone. I'm Astro Coach Amy, and welcome to my show, The Divine GPS Navigator. Today, we'll be talking about Saturn in the fire sign of Sagittarius. Now, Saturn goes through these cycles for about 2.5 years, and each time it changes sign, we have some wonderful new lessons to learn. Saturn is our karmic teacher, and it reminds us of our earthly limits, and it rewards us for living as good stewards in our daily lives and as a global community. When Saturn changes signs, we're learning these new lessons as people and in our collective consciousness. Now, we have an opportunity because Saturn went into the fire sign of Sagittarius February 6th, and it will be there until June 8th. We will have one more cycle to complete Saturn in the water sign of Sagittarius for just a few months to finish those lessons that perhaps need to be completed. Then Saturn will continue November 4th, and it will be in the sign of Sagittarius all the way until January 31st of 2020. So it is approximately 2.5 years. Now, this final cycle of Saturn in Scorpio, which some of you may not like to hear, but it's a valuable time to complete any unproductive emotional attachments or any unrealistic responsibilities you may have had in your business or in your personal relationships, especially regarding money, those personal resources, or intimacy issues. Now, once these are completed, we can open up to all kinds of expansive ideas that we can implement in our new partnerships, personally and professionally, that will take us farther than we ever imagined possible. Now, to help make this more real on a personal level, for example, if you needed to learn to release some old behaviors and some attachments you might have had in your personal life or your business relationships that were no longer serving you, there may be a sense of loss when the cycle is completed. However, nature loves a void, and now it's your opportunity to open up. You may be asked to step up and take more responsibility and bring more order and stability to your life. However, if you've been taking things too seriously, which I tend to do sometimes, and you've refused to step outside of your comfort zone, this cycle might help you open up. Perhaps it's time for a new relationship that feels more expansive and stimulating. It might be time to take a class and learn a foreign language, or even take a trip that isn't only for pleasure, but might open up your spiritual consciousness and bring you a deeper level of joy and happiness that you ever imagined possible. Do you have any old limiting beliefs that are holding you back from moving forward in your life? Maybe you had a great business idea, a job opportunity, but you just were hesitant to talk about it for fear of failure or ridicule. Well, now with Saturn moving into Sagittarius, we want greater freedom. And we want that opportunity to embrace these new beliefs that will expand our horizons. Now it's time to share those ideas that can help us improve the environment or expand our social consciousness as a community and help people who are less fortunate. Saturn represents our earthly limitations and our constraints, helping us find order and stability. Other times we might feel burdened from the heavy pressure. However, there is the danger with Saturn and Sagittarius of the pendulum swinging too far to the right or to the left in either direction and adopting beliefs that appear dogmatic or seem very unrealistic. I think, as most of us know right now, there is a higher level of extremism both in the United States and in the world than there has been for many years. Some people even compare it to the Vietnam era, that we haven't seen anything like it since then. Now, what's really important is people are reacting very strongly as individuals and also as a collective community because they realize their freedom is being restricted and they're upset. Now, how can we maintain our freedom to have a healthy lifestyle, to be able to take care of our families, to be able to express our diversity and not feel frightened that we're going to be punished. It's very, very important. However, what's very important in even a higher spiritual level is not just that the pendulum's swinging. It's really not about being right or wrong at this moment, but it's about being able to show respect towards our brothers and sisters, our neighbors, our coworkers, our family, regardless of whether we agree with each other religiously or politically. It's important right now to show not only respect, but humility towards one another, since we all honestly are divine children. So now let's remember during this very important cycle of freedom, of expansion, that we really want to focus on the best and highest good for each person and for our community. That is really what will take us to a higher place and help us learn the lesson right now. So one of the questions is, can you expand during this exciting cycle, be in the world, find a balance between your material life, your physical body, and making a smaller carbon footprint? That's a pretty tall order, but it's very important, because if you're able to do those things, this is time to open up. It's really time to find new opportunities, new spiritual openings, personally, professionally, and out in the global community. It's so important right now. But what is very important as well is to be mindful not to overextend yourself so much with time, energy, and your resources that you completely burn out, as if you've been a wild bronco riding the horse of Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius. It's very important you don't go to that extreme, because when Saturn goes through the Earth sign of Capricorn, which will be early 2020, it will be very difficult to pull in the reins. So that's my show for today. I'm so delighted you joined me. I'm Astro Coach Amy. Please feel free to watch my other shows on my YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and have a great evening.